It's showtime.
Time.
You know what that means. It's wonderful. It's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday,
It's wonderful Wednesday.
and it's wonderful. It's wonderful to be back after a week off.
We both were out of town last week.
Yeah, so it's sort of a week off. We were both out of town, but it's not to say we haven't been working behind the scenes on other things. That's why everybody's been getting the Chase and Shep show light the past like month or so.
Chase and Shep light.
Yeah,
I like it.
now in diet. But,
I mean, we've put out a few here and there's things so people can see
right, we try to be here on Wednesday.
what we're doing in the background.
Right, we've started to roll out the carpet, and if all zero viewers that are watching right now want to stick around for the end, we'll give everybody a first look at the show, a little sneaky peek, even though it's not Sunday. That's how much we missed you guys.
A little sneaky peek. Here, I'll go share it on my Facebook. Let's get some mugs.
We'll give it a beat.
We back.
I think this is just a testament to like how the entire show has been going. Like what we were just talking about before we started the show. Like these are things that we're learning as we go. Like, maybe in the future we market, stuff ahead of time. Like we don't start posting to Facebook after the show started. But I don't know. That's us. That's the old Chase and Shep way. Because it's not so much that we're disorganized, it's that we get ideas in the moment and decide to run with them. Like we decide in the moment, like, oh fuck, I really like that idea. Let's just roll with that and try to figure out how to make that work. So like the premiering the clip today, I mean technically it's not even gonna like a finished clip. Like it's still gonna be a little different when the show drops. But it was still a last minute decision to be like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's show the people what we got.
Show the people, and filming it is a lot of it's been fuck it. All right, we'll use this. We'll adapt. We'll go with this route. But it's been dope, man. Filming our little summer camp series has been really fun. A fun challenge.
A fun challenge is a good way to summarize the entire experience. Absolutely. Especially, like I just told you, I watched that behind the scenes of Evil Dead today, and watching how they did it, and it's cool to see the comparisons between kind of what they did at the time and what we're doing now. Yo, Corey, what's good?
That's what I was going to do. Put Corey up on the screen.
Yep, touch his mic. Now it's staticky.
Is it all fucked up?
Oh, it's all fucked up.
All right, here, I'm going to mute it and play with it real quick.
But yeah, as we've been working on the show, there is a lot of like that's what they were talking about in the making of Evil Dead, where no, unless you're muted again. No, that's good.
Are we good now?
Maybe. You're good. Quit moving. But yeah, they said that there were like moments where they literally would just come up with ideas on the spot and just be running with it. It's like, and those have been my favorite moments on set as we've been working, and in the moment things just come up and it's like, yeah, let's roll with that. And this has also been, it's felt like filmmaking boot camp in a lot of ways for us. And one thing I've always heard about that I'm really getting to experience with this, and I think you and I are doing a pretty good job with, is you always hear about shows like doing rewrites at the last second and all that kind of stuff, and how a show can start one way and then by the time it finally comes out, like it's totally different. And we're experiencing a lot of that right now. We're things are changing so constantly that it's kind of exciting, at least for me. Like I find it exciting not knowing what's going to happen sometimes in our own show, No, like but we don't, because everything's shifting all the time.
I vibe with that, and I think that it also is I think it's been changing for the better. You know what I mean? I think if we would have stuck our original idea with it, it would have been great. I
Mhm.
think the product would have been fantastic.
Still just a little off.
My audio is always going to be off. I suck, man. I should really splurge.
Oh, now you're just. Oh,
I muted it to see
there
if
we
I
go.
could
There you go.
fix
There
it.
you go.
I don't want to pop you in the ears, everybody. So I'm getting wiser there. But no, I mean, like, I feel like it would have been a beautiful product at the end, but I think what we got working now is like, hey, this is pretty fresh. I think we got some pretty fresh ideas with it.
Yeah. It definitely did take a turn. Like it did start out as something more comedic. And thanks, Corey. Enjoying your conversation. Thank you.
Hey, thank you.
Appreciate it. I don't know. I definitely like the direction it's going. I love our cast. I love our cast so much. It's
Oh
been so
yeah.
much fun working with everybody. Um, and even though there's bigger productions going on all around us, it's been fun being the underdogs. Like the motto I've been running with, and that I like to share with all everybody that's like working on this is like, we'll never have this much creative freedom again. So enjoy it while it lasts. Like if we ever become more successful, like that's it. We
Hmm.
will. But who knows? I hear James Gunn really got creative freedom on the Suicide Squad movie, so maybe there's hope for us one day.
I could see that.
But we'll share a sneaky peek clip with you at the end of the show today. A
We
little
got you.
first look at the show. But until then, it's been a little while. You and I have both watched quite a bit. It seems. I don't even know where to start um, because it's been so long. I guess the usual suspects. Um, but even then, I haven't watched Rick and Morty like the past 2 weeks, so I don't know what's going on with Rick and Morty. I got sick of watching it like shitty streaming on YouTube. Like I was like, you know
You
what?
should have watched it wherever I did, because I somehow already watched this Sunday's Rick and Morty.
I wish now I see that you are absolutely right about that. I've been seeing the marketing for that next episode, and I'm like, that is what Shep watched. So
I don't know how and or why. I think I was going to watch the fifth episode, and I watched it, and I was like, "Yo, that was pretty decent." They had a lot of callbacks to like an episode or two beforehand. I was like, "Okay, that was quick, but whatever." And then I was flipping through the TV after that, and I saw Rick and Morty episode 5 was on TV, and I was like, "Man, I just watched it, but whatever." Hey, Gory, thank
hey,
you.
2 times
Uh,
appreciate it.
So I was like, whatever, I'll watch it here on TV. And then it was a totally different episode. So I was like, wait a second. And I looked it up, and lo and behold, I watched like the seventh episode somehow a week ago.
Huh.
So I've been knowing where they were going or whatever. But I don't know,
I have
Rick
some
and Morty.
catching up to do. I've been
This
here.
past this past week, a lot of people said was one of their better ones this season.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing. I mean, I've been enjoying the season, so I'll enjoy jumping back into it.
Yeah, it was a weird one. It was like a Thanksgiving one, so it was kind of
Right.
weird being
Yeah,
set in July, but
that is strange timing.
it is, but it was funny. There was some really good jokes in it. I like the shit they did. There's a little turkey fight scene, which is way different than any sort of fight scene we've ever seen. So
Right, right.
it's fun. I thought it was a fun episode, and I think this Sunday's episode is also a fun episode. They get like go try like Power Rangers type things, I guess you could say Voltron, something.
We could have just lied. We could have just started pretending like we've made it to a point where they send us screeners. I'm just
I,
don't do it.
I I got the early access to
Yeah,
next
they sent us the episodes early, and it's pretty rad. We didn't just accidentally find it on the internet.
They poke fun at some anime in it, so I thought that was kind of funny. I've never really been into anime and all that stuff, so
I don't remember if we got to talk about the past 2 weeks of Dave. I know we haven't talked about last week's episode of Dave, but I don't know if we talked about the episode prior to that where he was dating Doja Cat.
no, I don't think we did.
Um, both of those episodes were great. I mean, those. It's been a weird season but I feel like it's just gotten better
Oh
consistently.
yeah,
Like as it's gone, like the episodes have just gotten better and better. And
yeah,
like we were saying the other day, I like that they're taking time to focus more on these other characters. Because if I've said it once, I've said it a million times. Like with Dave, I came to the show for Little Dicky, but I'm staying for everybody else. Like I love the supporting characters in Dave so much more than Dave himself. Like Dave infuriates me as a character, you know, like and a lot of that shit leaves me sometimes wondering like how much of this is real, you know, like how much of him really is like this. Because goodness gracious, sometimes with the awkwardness and the shit that comes out of his mouth. But I definitely think these past 2 weeks have been some of the best episodes
yeah.
of the season so far.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. And getting to see Gata shine at the end of that one, the week beforehand, the end of the bar mitzvah one,
yeah,
was dope. And then yeah, leading into the next one, the Doja Cat one, time and place in life for me, that one hit good. I was like, okay, Dave, I see you, little Dicky, you son of a bitch.
yeah.
Uh,
I think both uh, that episode and the week after that, where he's, you know, they're getting more into his relationship with his close female friend that he worked at the ad agency with. Like, I think both of those episodes just like felt so much more real and grounded, you know, and I really dug that about it.
yeah, and showing that like, you know, how he kind of overstepped her, you know, every time he kind of was like, and took the credit, and it's like, come on, bro.
Yeah,
And then she goes out of her way to do that same shit, get him to beat, and then next thing you know, it's like we're gonna use a different one. It's faster.
yeah, yeah. No, I enjoyed it. I'm enjoying Dave so far. I don't know how much more Dave we have left. Since this past week was episode 7, tonight will be episode 8, I believe. So this could be the finale, or there's 2 more episodes. I don't know. I'd have to look into that. I suppose I could do it right now. In fact,
That's what I say. I'll Google it.
I got it. You know, I got that IMDb app. It's like boom, bat, boom. It's going to be 10 episodes.
Is it?
Yeah. So we still got three more weeks of Dave to go,
I'm Dave.
and it should wrap up around the time we start. What if?
What if Titan season 3? Let's see what else we got. Chucky, the season of Chucky's coming
Yeah,
out this
we're
October.
gonna have to watch that. That's
Yeah, that's a must.
yeah. That seems like it's in our wheelhouse.
That'll be during the 31 Slays of Halloween, so
Yeah, that'll be dope. Um,
we'll have to think of a whole new shebang for the fall season.
yeah, we you know we got our ideas. Got our ideas. Uh, but did you finish Fear Street? Did you watch the third one?
I did watch the third one, yeah.
Yeah. And so how do you feel about the wrap up of Fear Street?
I liked it. I was like, you know, there's 1666, so not too much happened in that. And then it was like done, and I was like, oh, damn, okay, like that felt quick. I was like, damn, I thought it was longer. And then it was like 1994 part 2, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, yeah,
And I liked it, man. I really liked the twist, you know, the reveal that Sheriff Good was behind it, his whole family lineage was behind it.
spoilers.
Nobody's watching at the moment, so we're
Right.
good right here.
For
Uh,
people to come back and watch.
yeah.
There are a lot
If
of
you
people.
ain't seen it by now, that's been a few weeks now. If you ain't seen it by now,
You know, it's funny though because there's a good segue. Um, I saw M Night Shyamalan's Old yesterday. I enjoyed it personally. It's probably not going to be for everyone. You know, M Night Shyamalan sometimes he hits, he misses. But I was talking to my friend Priyanka today about The Sixth Sense and how I feel like M Night Shyamalan was so fucked in his career by starting out the gate so strong. And because he had such a good movie to start with, I mean that was the bar he had to reach every single time, and I feel like that screwed him a lot. But I was talking to her about like you know it came out in the '90s, right? And people love to hit you with the oh well if you haven't seen it by now, you deserve to have it spoiled for you. But my thing is, like, what about the generations that like didn't grow up with those movies? Like Sixth Sense was that movie for me that like as a kid, I got that movie ruined for me by 51st Dates, the Adam Sandler Drew Barrymore movie. Like when they do the scene in there and they say how the Sixth Sense ends, I already knew that going into the Sixth Sense. And the Sixth Sense is not a movie that is the same if you know the twist. Like it's nowhere near as good if you already know what happens.
True.
So I think there's something to be said for like, even if it's been a while, drop a spoiler alert, just let people know. Then it's all up on them. Not to like reprimand you for spoiling the show or nothing like that. That I don't give a shit about, but just a conversation we had earlier today. But no, I dug Fear Street 1666. I think it wrapped up the trilogy in a cool way. I liked the direction it went. I liked the spoilers that Sheriff Good was the big bad of it all. I thought that was pretty dope. It was not something I saw coming for sure, especially after the second one. My mind was the farthest away from that for
Hmm.
sure. Of the three of them, like I'm still planning on going back and like rewatching all three of them like back to back at some point. Who knows? Maybe again for 31 Slays. It'd be good to revisit.
Yeah, that'd be a good one to watch during October for sure.
Um, yeah, no, I enjoyed it. That was definitely like a really dope like movie event this summer. And I think Netflix had something really cool on their hands. So I'd be excited for another trilogy. Like I think that'd be cool if that's just how they do these movies from now on. Like if
I
they're
think they
like,
said they were going to try to do it like an MCU type universe.
yeah, I kind of heard that too. And I'm like, hey, I'm intrigued. Like I said before, like I'm never opposed to it if somebody can do it right.
True.
So if you feel you can pull it off, hey, go for it. Um, but no, it's just been a great month for horror in general. I went and saw Escape Room 2, Tournament of Champions, and I was a big fan of the first Escape Room, so I was really looking forward to Escape Room 2. I was just happy that Escape Room 2 got a sequel at all. Uh, that's one of two movies I feel that way about this year because the next one coming out is Don't Breathe 2. I'm like, no shit, they actually made that sequel too. Like those were two sequels. I just was like on the fence. Like I don't know if these are ever going to get made or not. Well, I'm happy that they both did get made. Uh, but no, Escape Room Tournament Champions again. Like I feel like if you didn't like the first one, you're not going to like this one. If you like the first one, you're going to like this one. And they sort of set it up for a third one. Personally, I think my idea for a third one is better, just because they had a moment at the end where something happened, and I'm like, oh, if she does this and that's what sets up like a third movie, that would be really baller. And it's not the direction they went, and I was like, meh, okay. I'll still come back for Escape Room 3 if there is one, but I still think that would have been the cooler plot line to go with. Um, but yeah, Escape Room was dope. Fear Street, Old was pretty good. I wish Old was one of those movies that if we did a reaction channel here on YouTube, I feel like we'd have to do a reaction of Old because if I could feel the look on my face watching it in theaters yesterday. Like that whole time, I probably just looked like, what? Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what is happening to these fucking people? Like, I don't understand until they give you a big old exposition dump and explain everything to you. You're like, now I understand. Uh,
Now I get it.
and is it the greatest twist in the world? Not really. But by the end of it, I didn't care. Like, I don't really know what people were expecting out of this movie. Like, Old. The trailer shows people they come to a beach. They're getting old. Like time seems to be moving weird. Okay, that's what I showed up for. That's what happened. Like people died along the way. Like that's kind of what I came for. So I can't really be too mad about it. And then the other one I watched though that I really enjoyed, and I'll shout out Priyanka once again here because she's the one that recommended I watch it, was a classic horror story on Netflix, which I would recommend to you as well. I believe I have recommended it to you. It was interesting. It was had a cool little twist on things. Definitely kept me guessing. I think I did figure it out like right before they like revealed it. I was like, wait a minute, I think I know what's going on here. But that's bound to happen when you watch as many horror movies as we do.
Right.
But
Right.
yeah, a lot of dope shit. I saw Space Jam. I believe we both saw Space Jam.
Yeah, I watched Space Jam.
Yeah, I caught it on HBO Max first, and just saw it in the theater yesterday. Holds up both times.
It was a lot more decent than I gave it credit for going in.
Yeah, it was a really good time. What was really fun seeing it in theaters yesterday is that I can now officially say I've seen Rick and Morty on the big screen. Like, even if that's all we ever get, at least I can say I saw it at least one time.
Right.
But it's just such a fun movie, bro. Like watching it yesterday, I'm like, God, I wish they'd make more Looney Tunes movies. Like, I just because when everybody's bitching about LeBron James, I'm like, is that what you're coming to Space Jam movies for? Like, you're doing this all wrong. Like, Michael Jordan was cool and all, but like the Looney Tunes are playing a basketball game. Like, the fuck, like I'm here for that, and that's what I'm still here for. And the whole complaint where everybody's like, oh, it's like a big ad for HBO Max and Warner Brothers. Especially watching that yesterday, I'm like, that's literally like maybe 20 minutes of like a 2-hour movie. So I don't know if I'd really call it a big ad for Warner Brothers, but haters gonna hate.
Oh
Uh,
well.
and the other thing, I know I recommended this, I think the last time we did a Wednesday show, but I saw it in theaters. They did a one night screening of Bo Burnham Inside, and that was magical in theaters. It was magical the first time I saw it, but to get the opportunity to see that, it was definitely in my top 3 like theater experiences of the year, just because the place was packed for one. Like, the whole audience was packed, and the person I took had never seen anything Bo Burnham before either, and she really dug it. Um, and visually, audibly, like, it's all just such a pleasant experience. But nobody laughed harder at any other joke other than when the Netflix logo came on screen at the beginning of this little movie. That was pretty funny. We all found that quite amusing. That we all came to the theaters to watch something that we all know damn well we watched on Netflix before we came to theaters to see. So it was a good time. Very communal experience at the theater.
That's good.
Well,
Sometimes you need that.
you catch anything else the past few weeks?
I watched the second season of Black Summer. I don't know if I've already said that before or no.
I haven't watched that. Isn't that tied in with like another show?
I
Isn't that
believe so, but I never watched the other show.
right? It's like a prequel to something or some shit like that. I think Z Nation
Or
maybe or
it ties into Z Nation somehow. Yeah, the sci-fi zombie thing. I'm not sure how. I guess maybe some characters. I don't know.
couldn't tell you. I haven't seen either, so I couldn't tell you.
It's pretty good. It was a pretty good season 2. It was, I was pissed off at how the first season ended, but I think on season 2 I really liked how they did it because it's just one of those shows that like each they're just little stories.
Right.
And it's like you might see these 2 guys and then they both get shot and you're like, damn, that was quick. And then 5 or 6 stories down you get to see it from the perspective of the person that shoots them and you're like, oh,
I got you.
okay. So
Interesting.
yeah, it's a pretty good show.
Yeah. I did start the old American Horror Stories, their new and the new anthology version of their anthology show. It's okay so far. It's just okay so far. I don't really know how I feel about it. It's going to take a few more episodes. I feel like I'm a big fan of that like format. Like, I love Tales from the Dark Side and like anything that's like that week to week like new horror story thing. Like, I love that shit. But this one I don't know yet. I told you I kind of dug the 3rd episode. I'd be curious to hear what other people think about episode 3 that aired last week, called Drive-In. But the only thing is, like, the very ending of that show, of that episode, was almost exactly like the ending of that classic horror story. And I was like, had I not just watched this, maybe this would have hit a little different. But But no, that's pretty much that's what I've been on lately.
Joe?
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird to say because I know that like we started out like with reviewing stuff, and we're going to continue to review stuff. Sometimes I get so sick of talking about movies and TV shows. Sometimes like certain like I feel like when MCU shows aren't going on and we're grasping for straws, I feel like that's when I'm like, God, I fucking can't stand this. But I'm like, yeah, sure, it was good this week. Next, what's next?
Yeah, no, we
Yeah,
got a lot of stuff about to drop that
yeah,
we'll be reviewing. So
yeah. We'll be honest with everybody. We're definitely killing time before this big old dump of content comes uh, here soon. The marketing for Summer Camp of Horrors is about to take off. Um, we won't set an exact release date yet. We're not ready to drop that on the world. We got a rough idea of when that's going to be. And when that happens, when it goes down, it'll be pretty rad. And from that moment forward, I'm pretty sure for the rest of the year, we're pretty much just booked with stuff. So there will be no more of these filler episodes of the Chase and Shep show. But haven't they been wonderful so far? Haven't they just been wonderful?
they've been beautiful.
Well, now I'm going to show an exclusive clip
Exclusive clip.
to us and only us. Here is a clip from episode 2 of Chase and Shep's Summer Camp of Horrors. Enjoy.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there.
What's your problem, man?
I think you know what my problem is. Didn't I tell you what happened last time I saw you talking to Alice?
Yeah, you did. And she told me that you're all bark and no bite.
And you believe her.
Yeah, I've got no reason not to. I mean, you are just best friends, after all.
What, you two got something to add?
Nah, man, we're just over here minding our business, drawing and shit. Shep, what you working on over there?
Oh, I actually drew a picture of Jen.
Whoa,
What about you, man?
that's amazing. What a coincidence, because I too drew a picture of Jeff.
Oh, nice.
That's insane. I like yours though. It's fucking uncanny.
It's pretty good.
Wow.
What are you taking his side for, huh? Aren't you supposed to be impartial about this?
Fuck no.
Team Sean for life, bro. Hey, bud. What do you got there?
This?
Yeah.
Missing picture for my mom.
Oh, well, that's pretty sweet of you. But the craft's got to stay in the craft now, guys. You can come and pick it up on the last day of camp.
Yeah, here. I'll take it. What do we have here? Oh my god.
What?
Is this what I think it is?
No,
Don't fuck with me. Like, is this real? How do you guys know about this?
we don't. It's just a drawing.
This is pretty fucking specific to be just a drawing.
What is it?
It's a goddamn map to find the Book of the Dead.
What? Oh, Jesus Christ. Here we go.
I'm gonna ask you guys just one more time. How do you know about this?
My dad told us about it.
Your dad? Is he somebody that can be trusted?
Yo, we're not doing this.
Why not?
Why not? Because the Book of the Dead doesn't exist, for one, and for two, we burned the fucking camp down last year looking for the motherfucker. No.
Wait, you what?
Don't listen to him, Sean. He's just a skeptic. Anyway, this time it's gonna be different.
How? How is it any different this time?
Because this time we have a map.
Yeah, drawn by fucking 10-year-olds.
Were you boys planning on making a move on this tonight? Well, I can't let those kids go unsupervised, so it sounds like they're gonna need a little chaperone with them.
Whatever.
Anybody else wanna come with us?
I'll go. Sounds like fun.
Nice, that's the spirit. Sean, what about you?
What was that about you guys burning down the camp?
Ah, come on, Mr. Big Man. Don't be such a pussy.
He's an asshole, but he's got a point this time.
Sean, just because you don't want to do something, it doesn't make you a pussy, all right? You don't have to do anything you don't want to do.
All right, fine. I'll go.
Awesome. Chase?
Fuck.
Well, that settles it, guys. We ride out at dusk.
Great.
Ayo.
There you have it. there you have it. The world's first look.
Little sneaky peek.
Chase and Shep's Summer Camp of Horrors.
I wonder what all those dingbats are getting up to.
Right? And then one viewer jumps in right after the clip is over.
Oh yeah, you have to sneak back a little bit for the clip.
Yeah, you'll have to jump back just a few minutes. But it's been a lot of fun working on the show. I can't wait for everybody to see it. I love the way it's turning out. Like I said, great cast.
Yep.
Everybody's been great to work with. And it's just been so much fun. So much fun, you know? And now the question is, will they find the Book of the Dead? If so, what will happen if they do? You
Guess
just
people have to
find out.
tune in. Yeah, tune in and find out.
Tune in and find out. Our little 8-episode limited series ourselves. So we can play this game too, Marvel. Let's do it.
Checkmate.
Strong arm you. We'll get that mouse money. Gosh darn it.
One way or another.
Well, alrighty, kids.
It's been a wonderful Wednesday.
Another wonderful Wednesday.
Another one in the books.
Until then,
We'll see you guys next week. Smooches and deuces.
peace.